I think yours is still connecting to audio, it says. Mm.
Sure.
Okay, I think I can
Oh.
hear you.
Oh, I had to press a dumb button. That's why.
I was like, I saw it says you joined, and I just
Yeah.
got out of the shower, and I was like, oh my God, I'm late. Is it 8 o'clock?
No, you're early. I'm early, dude. I'm way early. I'm just making sure everything's working.
I was like, oh my God, I'm late.
Nah, you're good.
I was trying to make my matcha on the stove, and then I got an email. I was like, oh my God.
Nah, it's me. I'm early as fuck all the time. So,
I was like, oh shit, I
like, I'm not
messed
even
up.
ready. Like, I'm about to go grab my food from across the street and like shove it in my mouth real quick. Then
I
fucking,
know. I just got off of work not that long ago. I literally just got home at like 6:30.
yeah. I got out of work and then I had to go to a client's house to take care of their cat real quick.
Ah, love cats. Love cats.
Yeah, I'm a vet tech, so I'm always around animals.
Oh, that's like the best job. But probably
No.
oh, it's not.
We're not just playing with cats and dogs all day. Like I probably smell like a butthole right now because I didn't shower, but
Yeah, my friend's a vet tech, and he said that it's fun, but also
yeah.
very sad at the same time. I was like,
Oh yeah.
I deal with humans, so I'm the total opposite.
Oh fuck. I would not do humans.
I-
Nah.
Like today was just like rough because I work healthcare, I work at a nursing home, and like two of my patients are like dying, and I'm sitting here like
Um,
I gotta go home. I'm having a
I
mental
li-
breakdown.
I literally just saw your post. That's fucking crazy.
It's sad, and people wonder why I strive so hard to be like a photographer. It's because
Oh
I want
yeah.
to be out of healthcare. I'm tired of death, sadness. People don't know how to do their jobs, and I'm sitting here. I'm like, I'm just a therapist. I don't know anything else. Like
Is that
nurses
what you
should be
do at
doing their
work?
jobs, CNAs should be doing their jobs, but
Yeah.
I work in physical therapy, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's not for the weak, honestly. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I don't blame you. Neither is my job. It's crazy.
All right, so you know who I am. I think we've been friends on social media for a while.
Yeah.
I run like the Concert Chronicles, which is a publication, and
Yep.
we did our first summer screen fest this past year.
Yeah.
Um, we had 9 bands. We were supposed to have 10, but one got removed for like allegations and
I
stuff. And
saw. Yeah.
Summer Screen Fest is all about like, a safe space, LGBT friendly and all that. So like we had to like remove them quickly because of like sexual allegations. It was bad.
Crazy. Yeah. Fuck.
Um, okay. So let's get started. Okay. You can introduce yourself and what you do in your band and the name of your band.
Word. So I'm Danny. I play drums in the band Ender from New Jersey. Um, been around since 2009, long time. So
Oh my God, that is a long time.
yeah,
I thought you guys were like a newer band.
no, but it's good that we get like called a newer band because we don't want to be the old band. So
Yeah, my business partner actually recently, I think you guys released a song or something, and she wrote an
yeah,
article about it. So I told her, I was
yeah,
like, oh, I have a interview with Ender. She's like, oh, they sent me their new release and I actually wrote an article. It's a really great song. I was like, okay, at least you know who they are.
yeah.
Yeah, she's my business partner does like different aspects of like the festival and the publication. I do the interviews, I interact with the musicians, and everything. I get everything situated. Basically, like during Summer Spring Fest, I was like telling people where to put their merch. I knew everybody that as they walked in the building. Sabrina didn't know anybody, so I had to introduce my business partner to everybody because she's shy. She doesn't really interact with the bands that much. She's like the different aspect of the business, but I'm outgoing a little bit sometimes, sort of, kind of shy.
Yeah, me too. I'm an introvert, so
So am I. And I don't know why
yeah.
I chose this profession to work for a festival and I'm
Yeah, being
shy
in a
as
band
hell.
is not such an introvert job either, because I'm always the
No.
go-to person doing everything and talking to everybody.
See, but I'd rather do something like this and, make a platform for like musicians, talk to people, make connections and stuff, and, give a platform to like, local musicians. Sometimes, local musicians don't get a chance because, their numbers aren't that high.
Yeah.
Nobody believes that they're going to bring in a crowd. But if you have a really good lineup and you have two, like the opener and the second band play, they may not have ticket sales, but if your lineup is good enough, you'll bring in a crowd no matter what.
Yeah.
And it gives a platform to musicians that are growing. And I don't think a lot of people realize that they do festivals and like shows, but they don't get like a good headliner to bring in the ticket sales and stuff to
Yeah.
give smaller bands that opportunity to make connections. They do all the same local musicians that may bring in the crowd, but not enough to, make that connection.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
ran into
and
that
our
issue in August when I was booking a show here in Jersey. And who did I book on that show? I had Gray Path. All great bands. Oh my God. Such good bands. Gray Path, um, Empty Vessel. We played and for months we wanted to get a headliner for the exact reasons that you said, bring in the crowd or whatever. And we just couldn't find one. It was really hard. So we went up all local, still brought 100 people to the show, which was awesome. But in a 450 cap room, 100 people looks like kind of like nothing.
yeah,
You know?
and like our first festival had over 200, which isn't that bad for our first, festival at the Meadows in Brooklyn, which is like
Mhm.
it's like a 350 cap room. You got to think about it. So it may be like a 350 or 450 cap room. Well, you got to think about all the musicians
Oh
are
yeah, staff,
added
everybody.
to it. Their guest lists are added to it. So
Mhm.
automatically you lose like 100 ticket sales anyway. So you have to have someone that's like huge, like a headliner to bring in the extra ticket sales because you already lost over 100 tickets with the bands themselves. And bands want like five people to come. And I'm like, they can buy a ticket, they can support a charity.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Normally, our guest list for my bands is usually our girlfriends, wives, whatever, because they're coming to shows for years. They shouldn't be paying to get in. If it's a charity, it's a different story. It's going to a good cause. So, other than the wives and the family, if you're working, if you're taking pictures, you're taking video, if you're working, you're in. But if not, you need to pay. So,
Exactly. I
it's just
even
tough. So,
It is tough and people get upset about it. And I'm like, if it's not a charity event, like I tell
yeah.
people all the time, if it wasn't, it fine, whatever, have as many guest lists as possible. But it's a charity event. Like next year we partner up with a female reproductive rights charity. So like all the money, like I think it's like $1 every ticket sale goes towards the charity for women's reproductive rights. And with the whole thing that's going on with the election, women are
Yeah.
scared about their rights. So we decided 2025 all about women. We're getting women fronted musicians and stuff, because as a woman ran business with me and Sabrina, we want to give back to women because that you got to think about a lot of women don't get the same opportunities as men to play shows like this unless they really are huge in the industry, and they get looked down upon because they're women, and it's sad,
Yeah,
honestly,
it
because
is.
all I see on lineups are men, not not any women.
I'm seeing a large surge of female musicians and bands, and I think it's great. Like I tagged maybe like 6 or 7 bands on the Instagram the other day that I could just think of off the top of my head. And I'm just like, wow, we're
That's
seeing
what
it a
I
lot lately.
I appreciate that because
Yeah.
I feel women need to be noticed. Like there's Gina Fritz that needs to be noticed. She's a great human. I love her to death and
Mhm.
stuff. And
She's
like
great. I've seen her live.
I love her.
Good.
I didn't get the chance to see her at Capulet Fest because Capulet Fest went
Kaput.
hey went haywire real quick this that last year. It or this year was this year. Yeah. Oh my God. I was so ready to go to Capulet, board a hotel, and then I
You and a
lost my
bunch of other
hotel.
people got screwed.
At least I got my money back for the tickets. I didn't get my money back for the hotel though.
Yeah.
$400 down the drain.
Oof. That's rough.
Yeah, he's lucky I don't find him and poop on his house or something.
Yeah, poop on his house.
That's the best. Put a poop in a doggy bag and leave it and leave it right on his porch.
Yeah, fuck him.
Exactly. Okay, next question. In this past year, how many shows have you performed and any tours?
No tours. We're done touring. Did a lot of touring in 2009 to 2012 when we were signed to Eulogy Records, and we're too old now. Some of us have kids. I have dog and cat. So touring's out of the question. But shows, we're doing a couple shows a year, like not a whole lot. We don't want to oversaturate. 2024, this year, I think we did like 5 or 6 shows, which is like a lot to us. So 2025, we're kind of scaling it down a little bit because we don't want to play so many shows in the same areas, and it's just, we want to be picky about it. Summer Scream Fest would be awesome. Um, we play House of Independence in March, I believe. So we're kind of picking and choosing our battles. We just came off of a Starland Ballroom show with It Dies Today and Walls of Jericho, which was pretty awesome.
I
And
saw that,
so,
and I was like, that's
yeah,
actually like one of my questions. I was like, I saw that you like performed with it dies today, right?
yeah,
Is that what you said? Yes. And
yeah.
I was looking, I was like, that show looked pretty packed. I think my one of my contributors actually went there and photographed that event, and it looked like a packed out
Stephanie
show.
Hurl, right?
Yep, yep,
That's
yep.
my homegirl. We
Yep,
became
that's
really good
Stephanie.
friends after that, actually.
Yeah, she's great. I love her.
Yeah,
I haven't got a chance to meet her yet because she lives all the way in New Jersey, but I
yeah,
love her.
yeah. We linked up and we became friends after that. What a good person.
Yeah,
What a good photographer, too.
I know, I love her. She's unique. She's a lot older, and I don't know. She's great. She's so funny. I talk to her every single day, and I wish I still lived in New York, honestly, because I feel like in living in South Carolina, I'm getting lonely. There's nobody here. The
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the people here aren't like my vibe, like compared to
Yeah.
like New York. Like, I have like Josh Held in like Oceans of Illusion. I have him in
Yep.
New York. In New York, I have like everybody. My business partners in New York. Glass Waves is in New York. Like everybody is
Yeah.
in New
I'm
York, New
sure if you
Jersey.
came here, you would be instantly clicking with everybody.
I
Yeah. Yeah.
know. I feel like I would be so much happier
Josh
in
lives like 10 minutes away from me, and we go get our haircut by the same person whenever I do get my haircut.
I love Josh. Josh just went viral on TikTok by doing a
I saw.
freaking Elmo video. I'm like, he's like, you guys will get me famous for Elmo, but you guys won't like my band
Yeah.
page.
No, that's really how it is.
it, like I did an interview with these kids yesterday. They're called With Skies, and they're still in high school. And I told them, I was like, yo, you guys are still young. You guys are, I don't think you guys are 18. I was like, just do
Mhm.
stupid stuff. Get your
Yep.
band out there. Like I told them, like throw a water bottle at someone's head and like the impact starts like your song. Like do
Yeah.
something stupid.
Yeah.
Have fun.
We try to do that, but we're just so like, that's not us. You know, like we do videos here and there, like for content, but we're so focused on the music and the performance aspect of being in a band that we don't really necessarily have the ability. Well, we have the ability, but we're just like, do we want to make dumb videos? No, we don't. We don't want, we
Yeah.
don't care. We don't care what our favorite topping on the fucking pizza is. And I don't think you care either. So it's like, come on.
Hey,
Who
that could
cares?
have been one of my questions. I guess I gotta knock off that question. What's your favorite topping on your pizza?
It ain't
Damn it.
pineapple, I'll tell you that
Mine
much.
it
No,
has to
it
be
does not go. It doesn't go. Girl, I'm from Jersey. All right,
listen,
pepperoni,
pineapple
cheese,
goes
that's
on
it.
pizza.
That's it, paisan. No pineapple on the pizza, okay?
Listen, my dad's from Long Island and stuff, so if he heard me say pineapple on pizza, he'll
I
probably
know,
punch
and
me
I'd
in the
be right
face.
with him. It's disrespectful to our country.
Listen, pineapple is great. I never liked it until not that long ago, and I got it from like Domino's Pizza, and I got some pineapple on it. It was
Well, that's fine, because Domino's is not real pizza, so it's okay.
it's you know what? It's real pizza to me in South
Because
Carolina
you
because they don't
exactly,
know
because you live in South Carolina.
who when I went to I think when I went to Rochester to do, Glassways promos, I got a garbage plate. Have you ever had a garbage plate?
No, no, know what that
It
is.
it's literally like fries with hamburger on top with cheese with like gravy
I
with
would love
coleslaw
that.
all mushed together in
Let's
a plate.
go.
I felt like my cholesterol went through the roof and
Hell
my
yeah.
arteries were clogged.
Yeah, you had diabetes for like an hour.
Oh my God. I was sitting on the couch and I was like, I'm gonna pass out.
Yeah, we have something like that in Jersey where it's like called a fat sandwich.
Oh, that sounds
If you ever
good.
heard of it. And it's like it's in a sandwich. It could be like chicken parm and there's French fries, mozzarella sticks, onion rings, all in a sandwich. And it's like you can't eat for like 2 days after that.
Oh my God, that sounds so good.
So
My
good.
my my tattoo artist is in New Jersey and I used to go to New Jersey like once a week. I used to go to Hawthorne.
Hawthorne, you went to Silk
Yeah.
City.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did.
that's my
Yeah.
tattoo artist, Sean. Yeah, that's where I
Yeah.
go.
I got tattooed by Ruler over there.
Oh, I love Ruler.
Yeah.
Ruler was it's so good. He's the black, like the black and white, right? The
He does a
grayscale.
lot of like the his specialty is more like what he's done on my Spider-Man arm.
I love
Like
Ruler.
he's done that. That was like 2007. So long
Jesus,
ago.
he's been around that long. Oh my Lord.
Yeah, Ruler's been there forever.
I go to Sean because I like traditional tattoos, and he's like the only one in there that can do traditional really, really, really well. And he's like my style too. He's like a old man greaser. I
Yeah.
love him. He's
One thing about
great.
us tattoo people, if we like a tattoo artist, we're traveling for them.
That- I had Sean was the only person that ever touched me. Like all my tattoos I have, besides one, is from Sean. I got one on my other thigh of a lady that I went to all the way to North Carolina for. And they're great, but literally the week after I got my tattoo, they're like, yeah, we're quitting. We're traveling the world. I was like, oh,
Travel to
I
me
need
then.
I need tattoos.
Yeah.
I want to go back to Sean, but I don't trust airplanes anymore because there's delays after delays. By the time I get there, it's like a week later.
Mhm.
I'm not about that life anymore. One day I'll go back to Sean and probably get my whole like right arm done in one sitting. I was like, just put me to
Mhm.
sleep. Just knock me out in 10 hours.
Yeah, we're loyal to our tattoo artists for sure.
Yeah, I don't know how people go to numerous different artists. Like you can
Oh,
tell your tattoos
yeah.
are all different styles, and I'm like, it
Yeah.
don't blend that well.
I have two or three people that tattoo me, and they all have specific parts of my body that
Oh,
get done. Like Ruler's only done that one tattoo. And then up here, where I have more Spider-Man stuff, it's one person in Pennsylvania. So that's his canvas. Then the rest of my body is pretty much my friend Jeff's. My body is Jeff's. Over in Woodland Park, New Jersey, he has a tattoo shop called Hole in the Sky. So he does literally everything else on me.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so picky when it comes to tattoos. Like I'm very anal when it comes to like my line work and stuff. That's why I trust Sean the most.
Yeah.
Because if your line work is horrible and your shading is bad, I don't know.
That's on you forever. So it better be good.
My
I have a
friend's like,
couple of bad tattoos, so it's all good.
I don't have any. I'm glad I don't have any, and I have
Well, I
one bad tattoo.
absolutely do.
I have one tattoo on my arm, but it's not like badly done. It's just bad, and it sucks because I live in South Carolina, which is all the Jesus people. It's like hell emit one tattoo 666, and everyone always asks about it. I was like, don't look at it. It's bad. Don't look at it. If you're a Jesus lover, don't look at it, please.
Yeah.
I, I'm not welcome in South Carolina at all.
Girl, you the devil.
I have the devil on my arm too. He's over here. I
You need
hide him
Jesus
because
Christ.
my patients be noticing the devil and my 666. They're like, "Isn't that the devil number?" I was like, "I don't know. I think."
It ain't 999.
I was like, "Yeah." I said, "That's the devil." They're like, "Why would you get that?" I was like, "I don't know. He's cool."
Yeah, I love the devil. My
Exactly.
homeboy.
I was like, "What about if I get Jesus like on the cross with like blood all over him, with his guts like pouring out? Now that'd be something." Make him an emo
But then you're
Jesus.
gonna upset the devil people. You don't want to
I
upset the devil
know.
people, nah.
I know. No, I don't belong in South Carolina. People are too religious here. Everyone's like, why don't you love God? And I'm sitting here like treating my patient and I'm like, I don't know. I just go with the flow with life. They're like, well, then why don't you believe in him? I was like, because I don't believe in myself, so why would I believe in something?
Got him.
I was like, I don't understand. I'm just sitting there. My patient is like, just be yourself, Fallon. I'm like, I'm trying. I'm trying. Not South Carolina. I'm not.
So you're not originally from, where are you originally from? Over here?
uh, I New York, like Chester area, Hudson Valley.
I don't know what that is. Is that
It's
like
like
the Palisades area? Like
maybe
Rockland
an
County?
yeah, like an hour away
Okay.
going.
So New York
Have
State.
you ever heard of Woodbury Commons?
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I live about like 20 minutes from there.
Oh, okay, okay. I know where you at.
So yeah, so that area. Then I was born like in Poughkeepsie, New York. Lived in Sullivan County, lived in New Jersey, Hackettstown, and
Hmm.
worked in Whippany. I worked everywhere.
Yeah. You're all over the place.
Yeah, I'm a gypsy. That's what my dad calls me. He calls me a gypsy all the time. I was like, I don't even know what that means. He's like, people that
It's
keep
exactly what it
going to.
means.
I was like, is that a person that goes everywhere? I was like, I think. All right. So Ender, how did you come up with that band name?
So our bass player Mark came up with it. It came from the book Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. And we were called Yours Truly before, not the pop punk band, but we were called Yours Truly before this, and it was like a different style of music. So when we ultimately ended that band, we were like, well, we still want to play music together, but the style of music is going to change. So we want to rebrand the name and the band. So our bass player came up with the name Ender because the he's the main character in Ender's Game, and it's kind of based on a boy who's gone through a lot of trials and tribulations, and he kind of related the character to us as a band. We've gone through all these situations, all this bullshit we've been through personally and, band wise. And ultimately Ender in the book comes out strong. He comes out on top. And so that was the game plan for us was to come out of all the nonsense, all the bullshit we've been through and kind of come out on top, which I think we have. Like we're still a band in 2024, almost 2025. We're seeing bands come and go left and right, and we're still here. We're still doing the damn thing. And that's where the name came from, which ultimately
Oh,
became a movie, which I never saw. But I really like the name. We liked it. We are like, dude, that's a really cool name. Like the story, it has a meaning behind it. And it's really hard to come up with a band name. So we didn't really have. a lot of options. So I think that was actually the first idea for the band name was Ender. And we were just like all about it. It just clicked.
I like that. I like when bands actually take the time to, have a true meaning behind their band names. Some
Mm.
band names, they're like, "Oh, we just made it up." I was like, "Is there any meaning?" They're like, "No." I'm like, okay."
Yeah.
Well, not me. I'm not creative at all. So if I ever had a band, it'll probably just be like blank something because I'm not a creative person at all.
I think today it's super hard to come up with any name for anything you want to do because everything is taken, everything's been used. Like, dude, like I said, like our band name was Yours Truly. And now there's a huge pop punk band called Yours Truly. And so it's
That's
just,
terrible. That's like when I spoke to Adolescents, they said their original band name also was taken by a different like New York band, and they had like copyright issues, like
mm,
legal issues with that band, even though they were not an active band anymore.
yeah,
So that's why like so I believe you, like it's hard because
it's
you
tough.
may come up with a name, but if you look like 30 years ago, that band could have existed in a different
Yeah.
time frame.
Well, I ran into that issue with my cover band. We're called Freak. And when we came up with the name for the band, we looked it up, we researched on social media and wherever. We didn't find nothing. Then it turns out there was a band, a cover band called Freak from South Jersey that was like active like 20 years ago that didn't do it anymore. So we changed it up. We called Freak, but the E is a three. And I actually trademarked it through the state, so I own the copyright to the name. So
That's
nobody can say
awesome.
shit. But it's just tough. Like there was a couple people that came out of the woodwork. They were like, "Oh, you're not the original Freak." And we're like, "Yeah, we know, but we didn't know about this band. This band's like 20 years old. Like they haven't been active in like 15 years."
Exactly. Like
And they
I
don't
don't know.
care. They didn't even come forth and said anything. Like it's not a big deal.
Nope.
And it's funny because they kind of did the same songs. Like we do all new metal songs and stuff like that, like Korn, Limp Bizkit, stuff like that. And the band kind of did that. So we're just like, well, we hope we do it justice. So we'll just carry
Exactly.
the
Like
name on, you know? Why
exactly.
be
Like if
mad?
you're not active,
Yeah,
then you people can't really get upset. But if another band's like doing what that band did, at least like years later,
yeah,
they're living up to that name still, and a band is still doing the same cover songs.
yeah. I was like, you know what? I hope if they ever see us, like, I hope they'll be like, well, damn, they're good. You know, that's cool. We love that you're carrying it on. But it's also
Yeah,
really cool that people still remember that band. And they're like, oh, there used to be a band called Freak back in the day that kind of did this and that. And I'm like, that's awesome. And it was actually because we played Starland Ballroom in April. One of the security guards, one of the security guards was like, yeah, I knew this band Freak a long time ago. Like, but you guys are awesome. You guys killed it. You love it. So he
that's
was actually like
awesome.
all on board with it.
Yeah, that's awesome to do the same songs and remind people of like
Yeah.
an old band that they used to listen to and stuff.
Yeah.
I like that.
And there's a couple of Enders. There's an Ender. I don't know if they're active anymore, but they're in Michigan, and they're like a pop punk version of Ender. And when we kind of figured out about each other in the MySpace days, we none of us cared. You know, we were like, yo, y'all do your thing, we do our thing, it's all good. You know, like kill it out
Exactly.
there, you know? And then there's another ender in like Puerto Rico or something. I don't know. But like I don't give a shit, you know? Like
As long as nobody fucking tries to sue each other. I was like,
no,
let's
I
just go with the
mean,
flow.
yeah, I mean, does anybody really want to go through that? Like, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Let's get all
some
the enders together and play a show. Let's go.
exactly. All different
Enderfest.
styles. That'd be awesome. Just do a show of bands that are you guys have
All
the same
enders.
exact
Yeah.
name spelled in different
Yeah.
ways. I
Yeah,
would
because
love
the
to see
Puerto
that.
Rico ender, I think they're like death metal or something like that.
Damn, a death metal Puerto Rican band. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
I would book them just to see how they sound. That'd be awesome.
And it's funny because they
Okay.
actually got their merch printed at the same place we did in Jersey. So when I picked up our merch, the guy was like, dude, we have this other band that hit us up, Ender in like Puerto Rico. And I was like, what? I'm like, can we
That's
have their merch?
awesome. I love that. That's awesome. Let's see, what question? All right, what's the one thing you love and hate about the music industry?
The one thing I do hate is that your band can be really, 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 really good and talented, but it doesn't matter at all. It probably won't get you anywhere because the industry is crooked and it's all about who you know and being in the right place at the right time. There's so many good musicians out there that I feel like deserve to be on a bigger pedestal and platform, but because they're not big on social media or making TikTok videos, that their music's not heard. But the one thing I do love about it is that it is forever. There will always be music, and no matter what capacity, so you never have to worry about um, not having a music industry. And it can
I
be whatever
respect
you want
that.
it to be, you know? Like
Yeah.
we do it because we're doing it now for us. You know, we're not trying to get signed, go on tour or anything. We are doing it because we're like five or six best friends because we have more than five people in this fucking band for some reason. Um, it's like we're still best friends. Like this is our outlet. This is what we love to do. We could still do this. Uh, write and record, play a show. We don't care who shows up to the shows. We don't care who's listening. But if you are, it's a plus. But we do this for us. We do this for our future children. We do this for our children's children. It's a legacy thing now. And if you're on board with it, awesome. It's a plus. If our
Yeah, I
music
think that's
touches you,
the
great.
the pros of making music, you have so much heart and love, and like
Yeah.
even if you have like three people show up to your show, that's still like three listeners, you know what I mean? Three people that's gonna buy your merch. And like you said, a lot of bands that are really good, they're not getting recognized. Like some of these smaller bands that I know, like I'm like, why haven't you guys toured yet with like big bands? Like your numbers reach far behind anyone that's on tour with these bands. I'm like, and you guys do sell like sold out shows in your states. Like, I don't understand. And they keep playing the same areas, which is saturating
Yeah, that's what I
that
mentioned
area.
before. Yeah.
And I'm like, I always tell people, I was like, you know that you're gonna sell at your hometown. You know that for a fact already. But if you keep playing that same area, same states constantly, you're not gonna get a diverse audience because you're not traveling, you're not risking, losing the money. Everyone always thinks I'm gonna lose money, but you're gonna lose money as a musician anyway.
Yeah.
So might as well just take the risk and go to like I don't know if you're from New like North Carolina, go to Virginia, do a show. You may not have an audience there, but if you open, you may have gained like 10 people to listen to your stuff.
Yeah. And in Jersey, you have a lot of markets out here that are accessible. You got New York, you got Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Massachusetts. You can play a lot of different places other than New Jersey over here.
Exactly. Like I feel
Everything's
like
only
your
like an hour
your
and a half, 2 hours away, which isn't far at all.
yeah, your area is good, but I feel like there's a lot of bands that oversaturate those areas and they keep playing the same areas. And I'm like, why don't you guys come to South Carolina? Hello. People forget about me over here. And I'm like, you guys are always announcing shows. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, I don't see the South.
Yeah.
It's, or Florida, Georgia. Like, I'll drive 4 hours to go see friends, but everyone doesn't come down here because they said they don't have a market. And I'm like, you could have a market.
Yeah. How do you know unless you try?
Exactly.
Like our first run through wherever we played in front of like, I don't know, the bands and the promoters and their friends. Then the second time we come around, it accumulates. It accumulates. It accumulates. And then at one point we had a sold out show in Connecticut, you know? So you just keep doing it.
Exactly. I don't think people realize that. Like, they're
Yeah.
so afraid to lose money, or I don't know if it's like an ego thing, if they're performing from like a few people, like it discourages them. I don't know the mindset of a musician, but I
Mm.
feel like they need to like experience that and stuff because of not all the time you're gonna have a
Oh
packed
no,
out room
no.
and different places that you go to. Like you have to have that mindset. Not every
Ugh,
show is gonna be good.
I have the perfect story. So when my cover band played Starland in April, 1,000 people, right? It was fucking amazing. Then a couple weeks later, we traveled to Delaware. We never played Delaware, okay? There was nobody fucking there. It was zero people. Just the other band that we played with. And so day and night, right? You talk about it not being the same wherever you go. My band was so discouraged. I wasn't because I was like, I get it. But my band was on a high from playing in front of 1,000 people, and then literally you could hear the echo of a snare drum in the room.
That's that's so bad.
It sucks. And I was like, guys, it's a live band practice, let's go.
Yeah, like they I don't know. I honestly I'll be discouraged too, not gonna
It
lie.
sucks. It sucks, first of all, because we traveled like an hour and a half or 2 hours. So that fucking sucks. But at that point, we just made the best of it with the other cover band we played with. It was like an emo band, but we're tight. So we were just fucking around with each other during songs and between songs that we just made fun with it. It was like, all right, what are you gonna do?
That's gonna happen being a musician
Exactly.
and stuff. Like as long as that like one show doesn't discourage you and stuff and you can keep going as a band, like you could have great like 5 great nights and
Yeah,
then one night is just terrible and
it's gonna
it ruins
happen.
everyone's moods. I was like, bro, you just had a
Mhm.
good night. It's not every night is gonna be good, especially on a Wednesday. We're old. Who's gonna come
Oh my
out on a
God.
Wednesday night?
No, no, not me.
If it's a big band, yes, you know you people are gonna go.
Oh
But if it's
yeah,
like a local show, nobody's gonna. I'm in bed by 8 o'clock. Like this is
yeah.
me on Zoom with you is like past my bedtime.
I know, right? I
I'm
went, I went and I
old.
saw Corn on a Monday night in Spirit Box and Gojira, but I wasn't missing that shit for nothing.
I know I missed that. I've
Yeah.
never seen Corn live, but I heard that was their production was great and stuff. And I was
No,
like,
you know whose production was good? Gojira's production was so much better than Corn's.
really?
So much better. I was blown away by Gojira.
I don't think I ever listened to them, but someone yesterday when I was interviewing the two kids, they were saying something about that band, and I was like, who are these people?
I think you'd like them for sure. And of course, Spirit Box goes without saying. They were
I never
amazing.
listened to her either.
Yeah, they were really good though.
Like I never listened to Bad Omen, Spirit Box. There's
I
other bands
listened
that
to
are
Bad
huge.
Omens when they were like a hardcore band, and that was years ago.
It's not because I don't like Bad Omens themselves, it's the fact that I don't like their fan base. Their fan base is
It's
so
very like girl
toxic.
poppy.
Yeah, and they sexualize Noah so much to the point where he gets so uncomfortable. Like he wants men doing walls of death, and it's just women.
Yep.
And
Just like
I guess
um just like
he just
what's
did
that
that
band?
recent
Falling in Reverse is
show.
like that too.
Yeah, he just did that recent show, and he's like, "Oh, do a wall of death," and not one person did it because nobody knew what the fuck was going on. I felt so bad for him. I was like, "Bro, that's terrible."
That's why I think Sleep Token's doing the right thing. They're just putting masks on and they have a fan base that's so eclectic.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have less than a minute left. It was finally great to finally like talk to you
Oh
and
yeah,
get a
for sure.
face behind social
Yeah,
media. Um, I'm gonna, edit this tonight.
perfect.
And probably tomorrow I'll post it. And if you want to collab with it, we can.
Yeah, we will, for sure.
All right. All right. It was nice talking to you.
Sounds good. I'll talk to you later.